There are believed to be 700 million trillion terrestrial planets in the known universe. Scientists have long believed that among them are worlds similar to our own. This is known as the Copernican principle, which states that our planet doesn't hold a privileged position in the cosmos. Now, a new study has turned that principle on its head by suggesting that Earth may well be one of a kind. Astronomer Erik Zachrisson from Uppsala University in Sweden has been using computer simulations to model all of the terrestrial planets likely to exist in the universe. According to an in-depth report in Scientific American, his computer model created a miniature digital copy of the early universe. He then input all the exoplanet data they had from probes such as Kepler, and modeled what would happen to these planets given the known laws of physics. The team discovered that if you bring the model forward 13.8 billion, none of the known 700 quintillion possible planets look like Earth. This is because most were far older, which led them to believe that Earth's relatively young age and position within the Milky Way makes it unique. The results have been published to the preprint server AR14 and submitted to the Astrophysical Journal. It's kind of mind-boggling that we're actually at a point where we can begin to do this, CO author Andrew Benson from the Carnegie Observatories in California told Scientific American. It's certainly the case that there are a lot of uncertainties in a calculation like this. Our knowledge of all of these pieces is imperfect. There are some drawbacks to the model. For instance, the team had to guess how planets might form around stars with fewer heavy elements. But despite these concerns, they say the conclusion is accurate. According to Scientific American, the researchers conclude that Earth stands as a mild violation of the Copernican principle. It follows research last year, which found that Earth may be one of the first habitable planets in the universe. Scientists believe when the solar system formed 4.6 billion years ago, only 8% of the potentially habitable worlds that are destined to exist had formed. And the vast majority of planets are yet to be born and may not appear until after our Sun burns itself out in another 6 billion years. Astronomers came to the conclusion after studying data from Hubble and Kepler space telescopes. Lead researcher Dr. Peter Biruza, from the Space Telescope Science Institute said, "Our main motivation was understanding the Earth's place in the context of the rest of the universe. Compared to all the planets that will ever form in the universe, the Earth is actually quite early. Galaxy observations show that 10 billion years ago stars were forming rapidly, but the process used only a fraction of all the hydrogen and helium in the universe. Today, stars are being born at a much slower rate and, with the amount of raw material still available, are likely to continue being created for a very long time to come." One advantage of coming early to the party is that powerful telescopes like Hubble can be used to trace the development of galaxies back to the Big Bang that created the universe. Because of the runaway expansion of the universe, such observable evidence will be virtually erased 1 trillion years from now. Any civilization arising in the far future will be left with no clue, from astronomy at least, to how the universe began and evolved.